Hey guys, what's going on? And thanks for tuning into Legatum Gaming, where today I'm going to be talking about the Darkzone leaderboards. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and what I think is current, and what massive should change going forward. Now, the Darkzone leaderboards have been around since the 1.6 update. However, nobody really uses them, and what they're used for, I think, is totally irrelevant to what players actually want. Now, I think there's a lot more Massive can certainly do with the leaderboards, which can make it a lot more interesting, make the community a lot more engaged and focused, and actually make it a bit more of a tournament opposed to a leaderboard. So, let me get straight into it and read through the changes, which originally got briefed down in 1.6. So, earn rewards in the Darkzone by participating in weekly and monthly activities that are tracked via the new Darkzone leaderboards. See how you stack up against all players in the Darkzone on leaderboard activities that reset and change every week and month. All the tracked weekly and monthly activities count towards your total score. The higher your score, the better rewards you will earn when the leaderboards reset. Alright, so it seems, reading that when it first came out, now of course it's in June, it's 2017, it's been around for a little while, so you're reading that when it first comes out, you get really excited about it, you're thinking something different, it's a really great idea, so let's see how it transpires actually in the game. Okay, so before we get into the actual leaderboards, how to get them, I'm going to actually show you where to get them. So, of course, you've got to complete the various activities, which I will be showing you shortly. However, to get them, you head over to the base, straight down here, and to the rewards claim vendor. Open it up, and it will be under resource. So you go in here and you're going to see like a Darkzone large sealed cache. So of course there's various different ones you can get, however that's what you class as the best. Now normally what comes in here is a couple of pieces of high-end gear with a gun and a exotic cache. So there are other ways to get exotic caches, such as Darkzone activities, but all in all, this is how you claim them. So let's go ahead and let's check out the actual leaderboards. Alright, so you head straight over to the Darkzone checkpoint, where on the right-hand side you can see the Darkzone activity leaderboard. Now, initially, you can see two types of criteria which they want you to get or go for. So, the first one being weekly activities. So the tracked activities are extract any items, kill manhunt rogues, kill named LMBs, and kill riders. Now the rogue activities are survive manhunts, hijack extractions, kill named enemies, and kill rogues. Now you guys will notice under each segment there is a various different timestamp on there, and that's basically when they reset. So when they change the activities to something else, and when the leaderboard for that section of criteria is finally finished. So that's initially what you see. So let's go ahead and check out what it involves. So we jump straight in. So you guys can see this is the initial page of it. Now, time until refresh at the top left. So you guys can see 5 hours and 37 minutes. Now, this basically means this is when they refresh the scores. So they don't refresh the activities, but they refresh the scores. So for example, if you were to go out and complete, for example, kill some manhunts or hijack extractions, even though you're getting your score, you wouldn't see it, because at the top left, that's how long's left until refreshed. Depending on where you're from or where you live, that's different for everybody. For me, it's midnight. For somebody else, it might be the midday. Who knows? So basically, if you're doing activities for the Darkzone leaderboards, don't be alarmed or worried if they don't update straight away. Always go in and check the top left for the time until refresh. Once that's complete, it would then roll out for another 24 hours, and then again, it will update again. So they update every 24 hours. Alright, so as you can see, I'm toggling at the top right between weekly and themed. Now, if I toggle at the little images at the center top, you can see what they are. So it's exactly the same as what I've read out. Going across, manhunt survived, extractions hijacked, and named enemy kills. Now, there's various different ones they have, and at the end of each cycle, they change them. So if I put you guys into a little bit of a perspective, last week there was a open a locked container within the Darkzone. Now, each score, or each activity is based on a score. Now, depending on what you do, you get various different scores for various different activities. Now, there's various ways you can run to try and get the best score and work it out. However, at the minute, it's just not a viable option, the Darkzone leaderboard. So I'll explain a little later on my thoughts in terms of why it's not a viable option, what I think could be changed, and I want your guys' opinions. So stay tuned and sort of let me know what you guys think. So, carrying on with the example, I opened a Darkzone locked container and I got a score of 4 for doing that. On the opposite side, on my rogue activities, it was, on my weeklies, it was to kill a manhunt. Okay, now I killed a manhunt. Now, bearing in mind, they were in a team of 4. They're got to be pretty good to get to manhunt, right? So let's just cut that out straight away. To get to manhunt, you've got to be a reasonable player. So I killed the manhunt, and I got a score 4. So you're telling me that for me opening a locked container, I get 4. And then for me killing a manhunt, I also get 4. So at the minute, I'm thinking, is it worth it? Is it really worth me chasing down manhunts who most probably, if I'm running solo, are going to absolutely destroy me? So there's no two ways about that. So there's certain things that I think massive can change here, which the biggest thing is the scoring. So who knows what you get? They don't put a section. They don't put a criteria on what's involved here. They don't tell you what you get for each section. There is absolutely no update. There is no information available. You've literally got to go out and you've got to sense check everything you're doing to work out, is it worth me doing this to get on the leaderboard? Now, that's the first thing. The second thing, I think, is just the general awareness of the leaderboards. So, do you guys actually know many people who actively compete to get in the leaderboards? I certainly don't, and I think there's various reasons why. So, 1, the scoring. 2, there's so many various different things that they're doing wrong here. So, does the activities really inspire you guys to go into the Darkzone? Does it really inspire you guys to go in and kill named enemies to get on the leaderboard? I mean, okay, you're going to get loots, you're going to get drops with it. I get that, but do you do that to get on the leaderboards? I mean, come on. It's okay. Extractions hijacked. So let's go on the opposite. So manhunt survived. That's great. Extractions hijacked. Again, I like that. That's great. Total extracted items. Okay, so again, there's some pretty good ones here. However, named LMB kills. Okay, again. Do you want to go rider kills? I mean, come on, really? Are we tracking people on killing riders here? Because if we do, there's got to be something fundamentally wrong. Now, the Darkzone leaderboards, which links into my point 3, are aimed at people who play more opposed to the better players. Now, there's 2 very fundamental problems with this. 1, clearly, they could be not the greatest of players. However, technically, they could achieve rank 1. Now, although there is no bonus for doing this, it's the principle. The idea is when you look at a leaderboard and you see rank 1, they are the best in the game. Or at least the best in the game for that certain section. Now, you would see the top named players being at the top, that's for sure. Now, if I'm scrolling to the top, I'm seeing people who are just killing LMBs. How is that good? How is that? How does that attract people? So, if I see somebody at number 1 who's killed the most LMBs, I won't even look twice. I would not even look twice at that. Now, point 4. Linking in, they can make things a lot better in terms of the criteria, what they're asking you guys to do. So, let me know your thoughts on this as well, because I want to know what else anybody thinks. So, manhunts killed. All right, I like that. Why don't we go one step further? So, total manhunts killed within 24 hours, or total manhunt hour survived, or a total time limit of manhunts survived without dying. That's just on that one section. Okay, total extracted items. Let's change it. Total extracted items while manhunt. And then if we're linking with the PvE, why don't we do something completely different? Like, for example, total amount of landmarks completed. I mean, how about that? Just total amount of landmarks completed. You can elaborate on that, and you can do make it like a time-bound exercise, like total amount of landmarks completed within 30 minutes. And then you're going to see people cropping up on here. They're going to be completing maybe like 3, 4, 5. There's going to be a bit of competition. Doing something completely different, something out of the box, like the quickest time for a player to run from north to south. I mean, okay, maybe you guys might not want that, but it's just something different. You know, they've got to fight NPCs along the way. They've got to fight rogues. They've got to fight manhunts. They're going to be coming into contact with all sorts of named enemies. It's something like that that will make people actually want to come into the Dark Zone and actually make them get to the top. So manhunts survived. Okay, so does that mean you're the best player if you're number 1 because you've survived the most manhunts? I don't think so, because you could be in a server which, although you don't class it as dead, it's a server which does not go after manhunts. So there's two very different explanations for that. So why don't they change that up a little bit? So total kills whilst manhunt. That way you can see the amount of people that are actually after you, and you can perhaps judge that on that. You know, how many times you've got manhunt while solo, how many rogues you've killed within a set time. There's SMG kills, assault rifle kills, NPCs. How many have you cleared? There's just so many different variables they can add here, which I don't think they're doing. I don't think they're taking enough time to consider the impact that the Dark Zone leaderboards could actually have. Now, I know they're bringing out 1.7 soon, 1.8. I hope Massive is listening to this. I hope you guys drop comments below, so when they do watch this, they can read them. I want you guys' thoughts. Let me know what's going on here, because I'm seeing a lot online where people really have no idea about the Dark Zone leaderboards, what it's involved, what's going on about it, and really, is it worth it? That's the biggest question. Do you guys go and play the Division, go into the Dark Zone, and do you guys actively set out to complete the activities? If the answer is no, then you've got to drop a comment. You've got to tell me if I'm right. You've got to tell me if I can elaborate a little bit more, explain various different ways of your ideas. Tell me your thoughts, guys, because I think this is something which could be absolutely massive in the Dark Zone. I think it could be something which could really be the difference and actually make the Dark Zone great again. Now, although it has improved, and Last Stand, a lot of players have come from the Last Stand back to the Dark Zone, this could be something which is absolutely brilliant. So, guys, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, please. Now, like I said, there's not too much more to explain in terms of it, because that's the problem. The information. What points do you get? That's the video. So I want you guys to let me know your thoughts, please. Drop a subscribe, keep up to date with the content, drop a thumbs up. Most of all, let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Legatum Gaming. Have a good day.